Hey, Tony guys here popping in. I just finished shooting a little bit of a course and with one of my clients as well, helping him produce his course, and headed back home to my boys. My oldest has a homecoming today, and then the youngest has 2 football games, flag football, and so got a little moving around to do today. Y'all gotta forgive my eyes on the road, but wanted to come on here too and apologize about the video I did yesterday. A couple of things that I was a little too transparent on there. I was talking to my wife, and I wanted to clear up that I do take showers, okay? But what I was trying to say is, I don't be wanting to take a shower all the time. And I know that is nasty, but I just being honest. If I'm home all day, I just don't always like feeling like taking a shower. So, and I just know that's not something that we supposed to admit. So I really apologize and for that, for admitting too much. That was too much information. And but that's the real. And I think that's a kind of sometimes you can be real to a fault. But other than that too, just being too real on the video. And I want to just say too, I turned the comments off. It was one lady, she went to comment on 2 other videos talking about turn the comments on and have a discussion. And it's like, I don't discuss what I know. I don't debate what I know. Some things, it just is what it is. And it's people like that spirit of beg to differ, that it really ain't about a discussion. It's like, this is my page, this is my opinion. I don't have to discuss my opinion with nobody. If you don't agree with it, then you don't have to agree with it. That's your right. That's your human right. But you also don't have to try to go in the comments to persuade other people who are hanging on the fence, and who they know me, and they know my body of work, and they know my heart. And so whereas they would listen to what I'm saying, the way the devil work, and I want y'all to understand why I turn the comments off on some videos, is the goal of the adversary is to cause confusion. That's all. That's what the goal is. And so the Bible says a double-minded man receives nothing from the Lord. And what that's saying is, like, you have to have complete faith if you want to receive what you praying for. You got to have complete faith. If you praying for something, but deep down you doubting, and some people say, I want this to happen, but it's not going to happen. I doubt it's going to happen. God can't move like that, because according to your faith, be it unto you. And so that's what you have to realize. And so what happens is, sometimes a person they will be seeking guidance, and they'll go somewhere, they'll go to a video for guidance, and in that video they get their answer. Like, hey, my answer is do not online date. Like, I'm not at that place. I don't really need to do no online dating. I'm good. That's their answer. But then somebody will be in the comments, there's nothing wrong with online dating. I went and I online dated, and I met my husband, and now we're married and we're happy. We've been together 20 years. So now the person who hanging in the balance, they say, wow, okay, that worked out, so I'm gonna go online date. She goes to online date, and then she turns up like one of the ladies that have lost their life because she meets the wrong man. And that's what, that's why on certain videos I turn the comments off, because some things, we understand that there are exceptions to the rule in everything. I'm an exception to the rule. Like, I was supposed to be in prison or the grave, but I made it through. But I'm not gonna tell somebody to go do what I did, because I know that most people don't make it through. My former best friend, When we was best friends in middle school and in 9th grade, he's serving 3 life sentences. I could be serving 3 life sentences with him. My uncle is serving 30 years. I could be serving 30 years from him. We was in the same streets. We was in the same area. You see what I mean? My cousin was murdered. First cousin. I drove him to the city, to the spot where he was murdered at. I could be dead with him. Had I made just one different decision, my life could be in a total different place. So I'm not gonna tell somebody, do exactly what I did the way I did it because it worked out for me. When I know I took a chance, I took a gamble. I'm not gonna tell somebody, hey, I took my life savings and I went to the casino and I gambled my life savings, and in the last $1,000 I hit big. I won 10 million. And I had 80,000, 100,000 to gamble, and I won 10 million. Hey, it's worth it. That machine eventually gonna pay out. I'm not gonna tell somebody to do that because I know I took a gamble. And that's what I'm trying to help humans understand. Stop giving bad advice just because your bad decision turned out good for you. Just because you were fornicating before marriage and you got married and you happy, don't tell people it's okay to fornicate. Just because you went online and did online dating and you met somebody and y'all married, don't tell people to do online dating. Just because you are a woman and you shot your shot and now you're married, don't go telling women to shoot their shot. Just because you slept with somebody on the first night 10 different times and you never got pregnant and you never got a disease, don't go telling people it's okay to sleep with people on the first night just because you feel some chemistry. Stop giving bad advice. It worked out for you. God bless you. Congratulations. Here goes a cookie. We need to be as strict as possible in this day and age. We need to be on the straight and narrow. We cannot play with the broad road because this is a new day and age. This world is way more wicked. It's a lot more going on. We have to stop. And this is the thing. If you are a leader, now do this with taste and do this tactfully. Don't make the mistake I make. And the reason why some people say, Tony, your message need to be bigger. Tony, you need to have more subscribers. Tony, you need to have 1 million subscribers. The reason why I don't have that is because I'm overly transparent. And as humans, when we want to change our life, when we want to grow, we want somebody to believe in. So if somebody is willing to tell you, man, I don't feel like taking no shower every day. I don't be feeling like it. I ain't crazy about water. So you're like, ugh, that's nasty. I don't want to follow this person. There goes 100,000 subscribers. If somebody willing to tell you, listen, this man right here that took the life of his girlfriend, that could have been me. That man could have been me had I not been renewed. Had I not renewed my mind and changed my life, the very same thing he did. So now, somebody who has been abused, somebody who has went through something traumatic, now you trigger them and they're like, no, I can't follow this person. I can't listen to this person because he just told me he could have been that guy. So that's where transparency hurts you. And that is why you'll see certain people, they'll blow up because they keep their skeletons in the closet. They keep their true self hidden and they come in as the knight in shining armor. And we want something to believe in, even if it's fake. That's why Santa Claus exists. That's why the Easter Bunny exists. We want something to believe in. We want to believe that there is this, perfect person. We want to believe that there's this perfect marriage. And I always say, if I say my marriage is perfect, I follow that up and let you know nothing is perfect. That's just what I'm labeling it. Just for my mind to process abundance versus scarcity. I saw one lady said, well, why don't you say healthy? Because that ain't strong enough for me. That ain't strong enough for me because healthy is subjective. Some people call a healthy relationship a relationship with a little bit of physical abuse, a little slap. Once a year you get slapped. But we have a healthy relationship. Like, we get into it physically once a year. Healthy ain't good enough for me. So I say perfect because I want the highest high. I want to shoot for the highest goal, knowing that it's not attainable, so that if I miss perfection, my relationship is excellent. You see what I mean? So it's personal. And that's what I say too. And that's why we have to be careful in the comment of how we comment, because what works for us, like I was talking about, I was sick the other day, and one of my mentees gave me this remedy. I did the remedy. He used the remedy when he had COVID-19. He used the remedy. When I did that remedy, it really ripped my throat apart. Like, my throat was so raw. Now, in the next couple of days, I got way better. It could have been the remedy, but that remedy was so many spices. It had turmeric in there. It had lemon in there, but boiled the real lemon, and then just, had garlic in there. Had a couple other things. Not garlic. What you call that? Can't remember that thing. The little root. Could have been. No, not garlic. Ginger root in there. All the different stuff. Well, you coming off kind of speedy off the exit. And that thing ripped my throat up. But it could have helped. So I said I'm sick. A bunch of people come in the comments and they say, "Oh, do this, do this, do this," and this is where we're ignorant at. And my wife taught me this. I could do the keto diet, which is no carbs. If my wife does the keto diet, she will pass out because she's anemic. She got different situation. And somebody say, oh, be vegan. Some people's body physically needs meat. And somebody will come with a study. You never need chicken. You never need beef. You never need fish. And it's like, there's properties in those things. That's why God made it for us to be able to eat it. There's properties in those things. There is nutrients in those things for certain blood types. Everybody don't have the same blood type. Everybody don't have. You see where I'm going? I ain't trying to teach no whole lesson on that. But what I have learned is what worked for me will kill you. What worked for you will kill me. What did not hurt me will hurt you. What did not hurt you will hurt me. And that's why I have to turn off the comments sometimes, because you have people who they just come for destruction. They just come for confusion. And think about this. I want you to think about this. And see, until you're a content provider, until you're a content producer, some of this stuff will never make sense to you. But I remember going to a guy page and he had turned the comments off. And he got over 600,000 subscribers. And I said to myself, man, that's kind of lame, man. That's kind of lame, man. You turn off the comments. And And I'm like, man, that's hurting your channel, because that's what a lot of your audience is petty. That's what I'm saying to myself about him. I'm like, your audience is petty because, you know, he don't have a teaching channel. He has like a channel just like lifestyle, like showing stuff off. And I'm like, your audience petty. So they need the comment. They need that comment section. You take that comment section off, it finna hurt you. Sure enough, it did. So after about a week, he had them comments back on, because the comments also help the video get spread more. And so it's a part of an algorithm. We'll call that algo. Give him a name. And so that's what it was. And so I seen that. But then I went to this other guy video who do the same thing as this guy. He had his comments off. But on his comments, he have his kids in the video. I mean, his video, he has kids in the video. So the comments was off, and I said, you know what? I get it. I respect that. Because somebody will say something, man, your child head big. Wow, your son got a lot of teeth. Or, wow, your son don't look like you or your wife. And you literally be ready to take somebody's life off a comment they make about your child. But it's some people that's that ignorant. It's some people that is that devilish. It's some people who are so miserable, their only goal is to say something to make you miserable, to make you upset. Misery love company. And now think about this. This is what I want you to think about this. Think about what happens to your spirit if somebody turn their comments off to protect their mental health. Imagine the gossip blog. What would the gossip blog on Instagram, them blogs that post celebrity gossip, celebrity business, imagine what them comments will be. Imagine what that page will be if they turn them comments off. There will be a lot of people that is miserable because they don't get the opportunity to cause pain in the comments, to add on to somebody's pain, to make fun of somebody, or to get a good laugh from somebody being made fun of. And we literally go to the comments for the enjoyment. And I am guilty of it too. Sometimes it might be somebody that I don't like, I don't get along with, and they get exposed. And I get in them comments, and I will see a comment that have me hollering. I am screaming, laughing. That thing's so funny. And I literally have to sit there and repent. Lord Jesus, in the name of Jesus, Lord. Lord, forgive me for laughing at this person's misery. Lord, forgive me for laughing at this misery. And I remember, because it was a young lady that I don't too much care for, got exposed not too long ago for, you know, charging people for the services and not delivering. And you know, and I remember talking to one of her constituents, one of her business partners, and the business partner said, former business partner said, I'm just praying for her mental health right now. And I said the same thing. I said, you know what, you're right. Because I couldn't imagine getting drugged online like this right here. I'd be now about suicidal. I remember one time I got picked on Twitter by a blogger. Took one of my tweets that was a joke, but she don't follow me, and she took and posted it as if this is my real advice to people. And that thing had me, I think I probably shed a tear or two, or my eyes watered up. My wife was reading the comments, reading the tweets. I'm gonna tell y'all what it was. I had a thing and I said, what I said. I said, breasts, buns, and thighs may pop eyes. I did pop eyes in all cap like the chicken place, because they sell breasts, buns, and thighs. I said breasts, buns, and thighs may pop eyes, but your body is more than a piece of meat. The people who follow me, they responding with crying, laughing faces, crying, laughing faces, crying, laughing faces. And especially black people, because we eat at Popeyes. Popeye, send me a chat now. Send me a chat. Put me one of them commercials. Popeye, send me a chat now. You work at Popeye, send this up to your manager and tell your manager to send it up to corporate. Oh, Popeye, send me a chat. I'm just lying because I can't be promoting that grease. And so this blogger who was mad that at this time I probably had 100,000 followers on Twitter, maybe 50,000. This blogger, she had 17,000 followers. So she was upset with relationship coaches having big followings and earning a living, giving relationship advice. So she wrote a whole blog about the post. But then I really do this. She grabbed some other guys who were, they real corny. Like, they were the type of guys, they don't know what they talking about. They not living what they teaching. They saw my brand and they tried to copy what I was doing, but they was like in Alabama, you know, somebody in Atlanta, somebody in Mississippi, somebody in Cleveland. It was kind of like, you know, somebody in Columbia, South Carolina. It was, you know how you have them certain cities to where, man, you trying to make it out. I couldn't knock them, but I could look at them and tell that they was faking, that they saw me and they saw me as money. But they didn't realize I wasn't making no money from relationship tweets. They didn't realize that I had an investor that had dumped $1 million into my life at one point. And that when they saw me shining, that I was doing business deals. That was a business deal I struck for one of my companies. It had nothing to do with relationship tweets. That was an investment. You see what I mean? But they didn't know that. So if they see me with a Rolex on, or if they see my house, if they see the pool, me post a picture of my kids in the pool, they thinking, man, he got that kind of pool. He got the Rolex from being a relationship coach. And eventually they were able to turn it into money. But that ain't how I made my money. For the longest, as a coach, I wasn't really making a lot of money. And so she lumped me in with a couple of other guys, and that thing offended me because they was the complete opposite of me. And her following, what her following was trolls. They was trolls. And so they just troll everybody. They troll everything. So can you imagine somebody with a real following of 17,000 people and they all is trolls? And what they do is bully people online, what we call Black Twitter. So now they like, oh, Tony Gaskin be like, Ruby my Tuesday and I'm gonna be your Wednesday. And they were coming up with all kind of little spin-off tweets of restaurants. And they was making it like, this is real advice that I give. My wife read it and she bust out laughing. I'm like, how you kicking me when I'm down? I'm like, I'm over here about in tears. Like, I'm being cyberbullied. So I really feel sorry for people when they get tore up online. Even if I don't like their message or I don't get along with them. Because I remember when the brother who do the relationship coaching got exposed for cheating on his wife, I felt bad for the man. I really felt bad for the man. Even though he deserved it, I felt bad for him. And everybody was waiting on me to say his name. And I'm like, I'm not going to say this man's name in one of my videos because there's a lot of people who support me who still don't know who he is. Just because a person got millions of followers don't mean everybody know them. And that's why I tell y'all, stop putting people's name in my comments because you don't know how people will live behind closed doors. And just because you like them, if you don't live with somebody 24 hours, you don't know what we doing. You do not know what we doing. So get the knowledge that's for you, but you ain't got to be putting people's name in other people's comments. You see what I'm saying? Because you taking a chance. But then too, I just don't like promoting people until I done met them in person and I done felt their spirit. I done had dinner with them. I done spent time with them. I done had a coaching session with them. I done talked to them and I felt their spirit and I get a good feeling for their spirit because I know God has given me discretion. You see what I mean? And so this what I want you to realize. And y'all got to forgive me. I'm just sitting here because I got to pull a car in for my wife. And y'all got to forgive me because I got to I gotta walk past my address, and I know people be, oh, I seen your address. Oh Lord. Oh, okay. I thought the boy had unlocked the car. And so and that's why I say I don't like to promote people until I know them, because you got to realize it's like this right here. If you got somebody that supports you, that trusts you, that like what you do, and you take and you tell them, hey, go follow such and such, but such and such is a wolf in sheep's clothing. This car so hot. Look, I done broke a sweat. Just this car so hot. But such and such is a wolf in sheep's clothing. So they go over there, and this person and they got a course, but the course is a scam. They got the course a scam. So now they done spent $2,500, $3,500 to take this course, and the course a scam. So now it's like, I feel bad because they like, Tony, you told me to go over here to such and such. You told me to go over here to such and such. So